I didn't want to blow up a fresh engine, you know what I mean? Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Z's Toy Barn. I'm Z-Man. This is my barn. We gotta build a few things here and there, fix things, modify some things, on a grand scale of pretty much anything. From side-by-sides, lawnmowers, cars, motorcycles, maybe a little bit of DIY things, possibly. Don't want to bore anybody. I'm going to have to blame my buddy Damo for making me do this. Yeah, he's not behind the camera. This is a one-man show, and well, he's going to do all the computer stuff because I'm not that good at it, to be honest with you. I'm only good at a few things, and well, I guess if anybody's watching, maybe 3 of y'all, you'll be the judge of that. We'll go over a few things that are in the shop barn right now, sitting outside. I got some things that got to come in yet. You're actually on a Corvette C5. It's canary yellow, or whatever they call it. It's being quite a pain in the butt, breaking bolts, and if anybody's ever worked on one of these, they just know how they stuck this LS1 in there. We'll do a quick, just 360 around here, show you what we're working with. It's a little cold. I just finished insulating, and well, I gotta fix some spots because I got some leaks. So here's the yellow Corvette. Got the intake manifold off on this. Oil pressure sensor was failing, leaking, and then we come to find out it was idling ref because of the PCV valve. Just decided it wanted to shove off to Texas and not work anymore. It's over here. Just, yeah, it's schmammered. It's just busted. So we got nice 30 by 30, some LED lights, a little bit of storage. Yep, I got pink walls because I was too lazy and too cheap to put anything on it other than the insulation. Got ourselves a parts washer, a couple engines. We'll come back to those in a minute. We got our nice Harbor Freight toolbox with a pish posh of tools, Snap-on, Matco, Harbor Freight, Craftsman, you name it, it's there. I'm not too particular on anything. Workbenches, nuts and bolts, you know, just the average stuff. Hobart welder. Forgive the clutter. This building's maybe about a year old, and I'm just kind of getting it set up here, but this here's my 1967 Ford Falcon. Yeah, that's a pretty nice car. It came in a 170 with a 3 on the tree. Currently has Ford 9-inch sitting underneath it. There's a 4-link in the car, so this will be something that we'll be getting to here or there. This is going to be a Swiss Army knife of cars. I kind of want to do a little bit of everything. I want it to be a good street car, maybe drift it. Not so much drag, kind of thinking maybe a little bit of autocross. And over here we've got yellow steel, which is a 1975 base model Camaro that kind of, yeah, it's got Bumblebee. It's missing the stripes over the hood. I acquired this through a friend. You'll see the car that I have to finish that I got this on a trade on. We'll go back, like I said, over to those engines because those both are for these cars, and we'll discuss the future of this one. This is just kind of like an intro here to what we got going on. We got a bunch of parts shelves. The first one here is mostly Falcon parts. Got a random 2.3 head off Mazda Speed 3, and those are a pain in the butt. LS parts, the Muncie sitting down there for this. The other shelf is mostly Chevy parts, big block Chev, small block Chev for this car as well. And then that one right there, as you can see on top there's motorcycle seats. Yeah, that one there's mostly motorcycle parts and then some Japanese parts. Got standing in the middle air compressor. We got heat and AC though, nice heat pump going on there. We've got about 13 engines laying around. They're in another building, and it is too cold outside because it is currently snowing. But that's we got a 2JZ sitting there. Crankshafts, I kind of just weld some crap together here and there. So this here is a 0010 small block Chev out of a G30 van, believe it or not. I got that engine and transmission for a steal off a buddy of mine. Went to the swap meet, got the intake manifold. That's not the carburetor we're going to use. I got a swap meet carb for that. It's actually right there. That's an 850 double pumper. Completely went through it, rebuilt it. Pretty much everything on this engine here, other than the valve covers, is some type of swap meet stuff. Got the fuel pump, swap meet. Alternator came off of another engine I have laying around. Headers off a friend of mine. Cheap. Don't mind the distributor. That's just kind of there so I could set the timing. This has got 461 fuelie heads on it. If you're not familiar with that, 461 double hump, double camel hump, whatever you want to call them, off a 327 fuel injected Corvette. So we took that compression ratio from like, I think it was 7.5 or 8.5 to 1. It should be sitting right around 9.5, 10 to 1 ish. So that's going to go in that yellow Camaro. That's actually going to be the first thing we start car-wise, because my friend and I, he's got a 1978. We got a grudge race, got a case of beer on the line. And they're both going to be stick. He's currently running a 383. So we'll see if this just a little hopped up small block Chev can do it, you know. I don't know, 288, 294 on a cam at 541 lift. And the Ford engine for the Falcon, they call them a 410 Clever. So it's a 351 Windsor bottom end, 351 Clevo heads with port matched so it can accept Windsor intake manifold. Full roller. Both these engines are full roller actually. Like I said, we'll get to that one. I kind of want to get rid of the cast heads on that one eventually and maybe do multi-port injection. So basically with this here, I dropped the oil pan out with the engine still in it. Yes, you can do that. You can drop the subframe out if you have you know, enough jacks and a lift. Upper oil pan is leaking, so we just kind of dropped that down out to get it fixed up. Just routine maintenance, belts, clean it up. We're gonna have to clean that up because it looks like somebody just, you know, shat all over it. And it's disgusting. I can't give it back to somebody like that. We snapped some bolts underneath, so we got to put the exhaust back up. I probably should have maybe filmed that if anybody had that issue where they break, where you just kind of like, I don't know if I can find one here in this mess of crap. No. Oh, here we go. Kind of take a die grinder and a carbide bird, that's what it's called. Yeah, a bit. Kind of just grind them down and slam up 15 on it, and they come out nice and easy. No worries. Outside, got a John Deere tractor sitting outside. We're gonna throw some lights on it. Why? So whenever I'm doing some yard work, we can, you know, I can see, because sometimes you do yard work clean in the middle of the night. I got two F-250s sitting out there. One's got a 7.3 in it. Nothing special. Little programmer, intake, 4-inch down pipe and 5-inch straight pipe, just like everybody else. And then I got a V10 sitting next to it. I got to get those in here shortly. I got to get the plow mount off the one and on the other one and get the other one to stay running. Something inside the steering column is just nixing the fuel. It's probably because it's got some play in it. Either one of those Torx bits came unloose. We'll go through that together, maybe if you want to see it, maybe, I don't know. If anybody's watching, God only knows. I mean, Damo says people are going to watch. I don't know. Damo, you tell me. Damo's not here. If he ever is here, you know, I'm probably going to randomly yell at him for coaxing me to do this, because there's all these people in the world doing this. And, yeah. I don't know. I got to get some stuff up. We call it the Toy Barn because I got a lot of toys. Other than my Camaro and my Falcon, I also have an 06 Heritage Softail. I got to do some work to it as well. I just put a 100 cubic inch big bore kit into it with a Scorpion race clutch. Clutch feels like it's maybe slipping a little bit mid-range RPM, so we're gonna have to change some weights on it. It's a little cold obviously right now, as I discussed before, so it's not gonna be too much of a priority. We'll probably do some side-by-side stuff too, because you know we have one of those. Nothing crazy. I know I want to make some parts out of fiberglass, or possibly some like eBay special carbon fiber, because the panels are just so dang expensive. And you know what happens? You take them out in the bush and you just wreck. Not like wreck, but like you back into trees, or you know you're trying to get skinny and you hit trees. It's just the way of life up here. So we're probably just gonna slow roll this, see what happens. Might do a little bit of filming on these bolts here to show you how, if they call them catalytic converter bolts, snap, which they will because everything rusts in heat and everything. How you can throw an what is it? Forgot the bloody bolt size. I think it's 150. 150. Hold on. Yeah, we got them over here. Let's see what we got. Yeah. An M10 by 150. These are too long. I had to get some shorter ones, but they will work. You screw them in, but you need to have a bunch of nuts because you have to have certain spacing in between the H pipe and the manifolds for the donut gasket that's in there. I should probably try to find some lights so you can see underneath. I'm cheap. I'm really cheap, as we discussed, swap meet parts and everything else like that, trading. So this is a cheap camera. We'll upgrade if we, make it anywhere. Maybe if all three of you watching continue to watch, maybe like, subscribe, or all that other stuff. Thanks for checking out just this intro here. We appreciate it. Well, I appreciate it. Damo's going to appreciate it because, he's going to have to do all the editing. That's beyond me. That's beyond me. I could pretty much fix anything. And EVs, nah. I'm not going to try to fix one of them. But pretty much anything else. I have a long history of working on things that I call junk. And to me, everything's junk. Even everything I own is junk. So don't take offense if I say it's junk. Because everything has its own niche, its own idiosyncrasy that it's going to break. Things are going to happen. And certain things are common, certain things aren't. And I've worked on everything from Porsches to D7 dozers constantly. I have a lot of Fords. I have a Ford hat on. Don't judge me because I like Fords. I like Fords for my reason. But I have Chevys. I've got that Camaro. I have a Corvette. I actually own one of those. I just haven't picked it up yet. It's being stored at my dad's house until I get it back. But we'll probably just maybe take some videos of that cruising, because that's a numbers matching 1978 pace car. I know it's nothing special, but you know what? It's cool. It's original paint, original engine. Yeah, it probably only makes like 185 horsepower, but whatever. I mean, that only makes I think 350 at the crank. So through the torque tube and the slush box to the rear wheels, 285, 300. So we'll have some things to come. There'll probably be some Audis here. There'll definitely be a Audi here. Might have a 97 Camaro. Might take some videos of that one. We built that one from pretty much blown engine throughout. I got to get some shelves in here, and sorry if the audio kind of sucks right now. I kind of screwed the pooch, and I bought a bunch of microphones and things, and well, you need some adapter that I just didn't have. I searched for one, and I don't have one. So the first couple of videos, the audio may be kind of poor, and I'm just warning you now. That way I don't get roasted, because you're going to roast me. It is what it is. We'll get better. We'll get better.